Who is Elizabeth Holmes, and what crimes did she commit? It's a tale as old as time, a rise and fall story that still leaves many of us in disbelief. So, let's dive into the life of Elizabeth Holmes, once a celebrated Silicon Valley star, now a notorious figure in the tech world.
Coco Chanel, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Walt Disney, and Elizabeth Holmes.
You founded this company 12 years ago, right? Tell them how old you were.
I was 19.
Elizabeth Holmes, born in February of 1984, was a charismatic young woman with a captivating vision. She dropped out of Stanford University at the age of 19 to start her own company, Theranos.
What happens? First they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and they fight you, fight you.
Holmes claimed that her company could revolutionize the healthcare industry by creating a device that could test for a wide range of health conditions using just a few drops of blood from a finger prick. Her idea resonated with many, and soon Theranos became a beacon of hope in the healthcare industry.
In Silicon Valley, she was the new darling, and a lot of that was because she was a woman entrepreneur, which is a very popular thing. It's been a man's world, for so long.
By 2015, the company was valued at $9 billion, with Holmes, its founder and CEO, holding a 50% stake. But then, the facade started to crumble. A Wall Street Journal investigation in October 2015 raised questions about the accuracy of Theranos' blood testing technology. They alleged that the company was not using its breakthrough technology for most of its tests, but rather traditional blood testing machines.
Does it work?
Yes,
You're confident in that?
I am confident in that.
As the scrutiny increased, cracks in the Theranos empire began to show. The company's credibility was damaged, and it was revealed that the miraculous blood testing device was, in fact, a sham. The technology did not work as claimed, and Theranos had been providing inaccurate test results to patients, potentially leading to misdiagnosis and mistreatment.
Elizabeth Holmes lavished enormous sums of money on an opulent lifestyle that included private jets, five-star hotels, and an army of attendants who handled practically every aspect of her existence. At first, Theranos was promoted by the media as a remarkable success story. But this success story turned into a horror story very shortly.
Theranos means being able to see the onset of disease in time to be able to do something about it. Give everything to that, then you can realize great things.
John also discovered physicians who had utilized Theranos, and they verified that they had received abnormal test outcomes. Shortly after, John began to connect the dots and comprehend the extent of Elizabeth Holmes' deceit. However, Elizabeth was aware of John's investigation, as Theranos had hired private investigators to track former employees suspected of leaking information. When Elizabeth learned that John was preparing an article about Theranos for the Wall Street Journal, she implored Rupert Murdoch to suppress the story, but he refused to intervene. Instead, Theranos attempted to intimidate all of John's sources in order to coerce them into retracting their statements. Two young Theranos employees, Kyla Schultz and Erica Chung, played a significant role in helping John uncover the truth about Theranos, despite the personal risk involved. In 2015, John published a damning expose that revealed Theranos' use of mainstream commercial machines for blood tests due to the inadequacy of their own machines for the advanced testing Elizabeth Holmes had touted. When confronted by the media, Elizabeth vehemently denied the allegations and fought back, discrediting the sources as disgruntled ex-employees and untrustworthy competitors. However, the damage had been done.
Every person should have the ability to get that type of test.
Government regulators conducted a surprise inspection of the Theranos lab and uncovered the extent of the lies and fraud perpetrated by Elizabeth Holmes. The regulators released a report stating that Theranos posed a significant risk of causing serious injury, harm, or even death. They found that running the same test on the Edison machine twice often yielded completely different results, putting patients' lives in jeopardy. Elizabeth Holmes had instructed her lab staff to disregard unusual results.
Elizabeth Holmes built her Theranos empire on fiction rather than scientific facts. With the assistance of her lover, Ramesh Sunny Balwani, Holmes managed to deceive investors, doctors, and patients about the efficacy of Theranos technology. She successfully raised $700 million from high-profile investors, including media mogul Rupert Murdoch, who invested over $120 million, the Walton family of Walmart fame, who contributed $150 million, and former Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos, who invested $100 million. Unfortunately, all these investors lost their money. To create an image of a legitimate business, Elizabeth brought in Ramesh Sunny Balwani, her secret lover, to help manage the Theranos scheme. Like Holmes, Balwani lacked a medical background, coming instead from software engineering. He was notorious for his ruthless treatment of Theranos employees, enforcing 24/7 surveillance and ensuring they were escorted even to the bathroom. Balwani was known for yelling at employees and threatening those suspected of leaking information about Theranos' inner workings. As president and COO of Theranos, Ramesh Sunny Balwani maintained a Machiavellian approach towards employees while secretly engaging in a torrid workplace affair with Elizabeth Holmes, whom she referred to as her ocean. "You are breeze in the desert for me," Holmes wrote in May 2015. "My water and ocean, meant to be only together tiger. Madly in love with you and your strength," she added. Elizabeth Holmes and Sunny Balwani's bizarre ocean soon closed in on them, as the truth began to come out. The Securities and Exchange Commission and the Department of Justice launched investigations, and Elizabeth Holmes' empire began to crumble. In 2018, she was charged with fraud and indicted on multiple counts, including 9 counts of wire fraud and 2 counts of conspiracy to commit wire fraud.
I was focused on the 2 aspects of our hardware, which is the consumables.
What do you mean by consumables?
So we had an earlier version of what we call our mini lab system. We'd invested in development of a large number of chemistries. We got up to about somewhere between 70 to 90 immunochemistries. I'm not sure exactly what time we finished them.
By the time of her indictment, Elizabeth Holmes had ditched her 12-year relationship with Sunny Balwani for Billy Evans. Elizabeth Holmes fell pregnant very fast, and many critics accused her of using pregnancy and motherhood to sway the judge's feelings towards her so she could avoid a prison sentence for her crimes. This, in addition to later confessing in court that she was a rape victim while at Stanford University, and also alleging that Sunny Balwani, her secret ex-boyfriend and former COO at Theranos, controlled her mind.
Holmes and Ramesh Balwani, the president of Theranos, were charged with massive fraud in March 2018. The indictment alleged that they had knowingly misled investors, doctors, and patients about the reliability of their product. In the courtroom, the evidence mounted against Holmes and Balwani. They were accused of conducting a multi-million-dollar scheme to defraud investors and of distributing false and misleading statements about the company's technology. The once promising entrepreneur, Elizabeth Holmes, faced multiple charges, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud.
You're confident in that?
I am confident in that.
The downfall of Elizabeth Holmes serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of integrity in business. It's a tale of a brilliant idea, a staggering rise, and an equally dramatic fall. This story underscores the importance of truth and transparency in the tech industry, and the devastating consequences when these principles are disregarded.